Pathologic. This is part 2 in the series. Part 1 is found with,
Traces of the supernatural
wait,
reveal them.
no, we already went through this. We already went through that. Yeah, we want to load. Part 1 I played with another game. Bright Day, I think the game was called. Is my camera... Alright, so what are we trying to do here? Oh yeah, we gotta go here. We're trying to solve a murder. We are a doctor trying to solve a murder. I'm realizing this has nothing to do with the game. My webcam doesn't do me any justice, or this live stream any justice, I should say. I'm going to have to invest in a new one. Where am I supposed to go? Ah, here, okay. Hello.
The rabble is completely out of control. They must have been bottling up their lowly instincts for quite some time.
So I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the changes with open eyes and taking their first blows is my duty. Do you think we're on the verge of an especially unhappy era? No grim events have clouded our existence since last summer. This country has cured its war wounds, commercial communications have been repaired. Astrologies expect nothing ill. Do you hold astrologist opinion in high regard? Sometimes I have to. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to? Yeah, who are you? I'm a ruler. Astrology can be very curious, but I cannot allow it to influence my decisions. I have to act according to factual circumstances. Would you agree? Yes.
This Haruspex is trying to prove his innocence. It's a no-go.
So you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you now? I was invited by Isidore. Do you have any weapons? Who are the people guarding Isidore's house? Nothing, not anymore. Why are you giving me that look? As if Simon's death was my fault. Those are volunteer patrolmen. We usually keep around 20 of them, but I've increased the number recently to 150 or so. Why do you need so many? There's unrest in the termitory. If I weren't certain that Isidore has been murdered by his son, I would even consider the crime to be politically motivated. Isidore was preparing to take over the kin and become its leader, at least according to the information I have. What is the kin? The step people who work in the abattoir, many of the factory workmen, and they're this is a really boring game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. An ignorant I can't even pronounce half these words. Piles that hasn't changed much since the Stone Age. They look human enough, but if you look closer, they're just beasts. Believe me when I'm telling you that I'm not snobbish in the slightest, but there's good reason to call them that. Isidore always had the air of a person untouched by civilization. I see. I don't think you're aware of the fact that Isidore came to me last night just after he had returned and warned me that there were some ominous events ahead of us. I took that as an unofficial warning about his upcoming takeover. Curious. Thank you for telling me this. I'm gonna snoop around your house for a little while. Your house is very tiny. You have a tiny house. What's with all the pillars?
I will restore the order here, rest assured.
What? Are you threatening me? I don't take kindly to threats.
What? This Haruspex is trying to
Do
prove.
you have any weapons? No, I've just finished distributing the remaining weapons to patrolmen. Something is brewing. What exactly? They're going to lynch a woman, I think. There's superstition circling among the people. A myth of a man-eater from the steppe. Is it steppe? A creature called a Shabnik Adar. Supposedly it can only take female form, even though it's made of all sorts of filth. Where are my patrolmen, though? Where is this lot? The Bone Stake lot is located somewhere among the back alleys, right in the middle of Earth, between the Tanners and the Skinners district. It used to be a huge dump, and before that mob had used it for their barbaric gathering some time ago, they reclaimed the dump and revived the tradition. Is this the best description you can offer? It won't be easy to find the place. You want to see the man-eater too? Don't. Those are just dirty rumors, most likely, or you'll find some poor victim of a frenzied mob there. That's what the patrolmen are for. As for a better description, you can look for a huge upright boulder standing there since the beginning of time. I see. Okay, so am I looking for something else now? That's a railway station. That's nothing. What's this? Oh wait, that's where I came from. That's the house I'm staying in. No, I don't see any other... What's this? Factory building, boiler room, hospice, the abattoir, Anna Angel's house, the pub, Sticky's house, the Trummel, the shelter, town hall, town theater, the lump. The windows of this house are bricked in. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Okay, you haven't really told me
The rabble
much.
is completely out of control. They must have been bottling up their load.
Isidore's been murdered, yes. Looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? The same one that took Simon's life, too. At least that's the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Were there any traces? Look, I haven't been there myself. I'm quite content with interrogating suspects, especially since we already know who we're after. You can join the hunt, by the way. I can describe his features. Okay, well, who is it? You wouldn't believe it. His own son. The fellow came back after being away for quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a greenhorn. Quite a lot he has learned. A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone. How'd you figure that out? In all honesty, it's hard to explain that to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such thing as clairvoyance? What? No. Well, you should. Oh, should get to know my wife then. It's like, well, damn it, you should. Or better yet, those who've already had opportunities to witness the power of prophecies. Okay, your wife called out Isidore's son. Not specifically, no, but it all adds up. The circumstances of Simon's death makes you wonder, too. Isidore's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes to get from the crucible to Isidore's house. That's not enough. I'll have to take the investigation to my own hands. Is there anyone who can help me apart from your wife? There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here, except for Yulia. Perhaps a most level-headed and reasonable person, the only person to remain skeptical about Katrina's talents, too. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has her own picture of events. She always does. Exactly the person I need. We're headed to Yulia's. Alright. Goodbye, good sir. Going to Yulia's. I don't know what that little square is at the top. Oh, y'all probably can't see it. My camera's in the way. I am in the way, but this little thing pops up on my screen. Okay, where do I go from here? I go... Can I get there from there? I go this way. Right? And then I go this way. And then I go... What do you want, little girl? Okay, so this is Yulia's. This should be Yulia right here. I kind of like that name, Yulia. Wow, you look worried.
I keep forgetting the most basic things these days.
Mm-hmm.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
I seem to have lost any capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer add up. Before I had no trouble forming a trustworthy tessellation out of the most imperceptible contingencies. Now I simply cannot get my head around it. Could it be that I'm dying? The steep air is way too thick. I think that's what caused it. It happens when people are tired. You probably haven't slept for a while. Yes, it definitely means you're about to die. Oh no, Herbert Trevinier is a blossom, I grant you. But then it blooms every year. Every year the steppe is filled with stupefying vapors. The issue I'm having, however, has nothing to do with fatigue or perplexity. It's just that I've lost my ability to make distinctive events coincide. What herb is that? No matter the paternal natural traits as the locals ascribe to it, twere is all the heady aroma, a bunch of superstitions and remarkably little ease. It has psychoactive property after a fashion, but then so does simple wormwood. Visions caused by ingesting of belladonna or Jameson weed are much more fascinating than what twire has to offer. It's a pity I'm not a botanist.
What?
What? So you've traveled all this way here only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered? Is that how the story goes? I do hope that your visit is not in any way related to these most unfortunate circumstances. I have to find who it is that killed them. I doubt I can do it on my own. Tell me plain and simple, what do you make of this? I've yet to meet anyone who can help me in the slightest way to find the killer. Do you like Eva Jan? What do you make of all this? So I've heard, a wisecrack I know says that while you were trying to complete the portrait of a killer, the killer is busy painting yours. Hilarious, is it not? The hunter becomes the hunted. However, to put it bluntly, you have become the keynote of this particular plot. The intrigue is so rich it will keep you busy for a week, if not longer than that. What would you do if you were me? Oh, really? And you're singing the same tune too? First they flaunt some clairvoyance before me. What would you do if you were me? If you want my advice, I wouldn't trust what your feudals tell you. The perpetual triangle of influence means that every party concerned will do their best to use your authority to their own benefit. I'm not that conceited. Perhaps people of lower standing would try to use me. It's more likely that people of such standing will be much too scared to cooperate. Given your position, you may want to try your luck with the shadow cabinet of local nobility, the women of influence. They know much more than simple townsfolk, yet they care much less than the families in power. Who are these lady aristocrats? Lady aristocrats, such way of saying it will be irrelevant strictly within the specific context, the values, perceptions, characteristics of a backwoods hole like ours. The catch is that the aristocracy is not defined by birthright here. Rather, the status is granted by the degree of economic fascination that a woman is possessed of. Questionable background. Audacity of demeanor. Yeah, not Dementor. You know this whole assortment. Do tell me who these affluent ladies are. Laura, Eva, yours truly, and last but not least, Maria. I wouldn't listen to Katrina if I were you. Her morphine habit has turned her into a walking corpse. The others, however, are liable to deceive. You don't like being lied to, do you? Can't stand it. Can't say I care all that much. I can live with it. It's better to die than lie. Okay. Laura lives here. According to Yulia, a decent amount of local social events revolve around the girl. Her connections may be proved to be invaluable. I know. Alright, I guess we're gonna go see her. I didn't know this game involved so much reading. Okay, is this her house? What you looking at? Oh God, you're killing your guest. I can't talk to you. Okay. What's wrong with you, dude? Blink if you need help. I'm in the right house.
It is not so dangerous to do wrong to most men as to do them too much good.
Okay. You are the person that came to Maria in a dream. I recognize you straight away. My name is Laura Ravel, and this is the shelter. You're always welcome here. My name is Daniel. Why is your house called the shelter? Well, it's empty at the moment because everyone is grief-stricken, but I usually have a lot of guests. The door of this house is always open, for my friends and for the friends of my friends, day and night. I was recommended to you by Maria. Is she your friend? Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone. Oh, you're kind of crazy. You always have guests, but your face looks sad. Why are there so few people out in the street? Everyone is either sleeping or dreaming. The odor of twire is something else this year. You can't get away from it. Neither walls nor cloths nor glass can help you escape the mind-numbing vapor. Does your head ache? Badly. It's nice that you can sleep all day at times like this, but the nightmares are horrible. I can only imagine what kind of hell the mistresses are going through. Who the hell are the mistresses? The mistresses of the town. We call them the dream mistresses. Kana, Olgolmiskach, Subaru. Now, after Victoria and Nina's departure, it's their daughters who are trying to see the future. They are far less impressive than their mothers for now, of course. Maria is probably the best. It's good to see children continue their life work with their parents. Why are you frowning? These clairvoyants terrify me. What's this one? I'm just in a melancholic mood. We are way too used to playing the game of tragic predictions. I'm trying to arrange everything back in order. You're quite successful in doing that. I'd be happy to help if I can.
No.
I know you're
Town
a doctor.
like this can't give birth to a killer.
What? I know you're a doctor, a wonderful one at that. A celebrity medic. Everyone in our small town knew that a famous doctor was coming here. I'm very glad you have, because I want you to do a certain good thing. Can I ask a favor of you? Depends on what you need. According to Katrina, I don't have much time left. She's a mistress, isn't she? A few years ago, the child death rate went through the roof here. 6 people died in a week. 10 or so came down with serious illness. It made us worry, but unfortunately we couldn't find the cause straight away back then. In the end, it turned out to be that children were dying because of a game. What game would kill a child? They were playing... It was some kind of medical game. They were stealing medicine from adults and making some diabolical mixture out of it. Then they healed each other with it. Back then, the game just faded into obscurity. But now I've heard they were contemplating doing it again. Someone has already been poisoned. But what can I do? I'm no poisoning specialist. I can do an examination, of course, but what for? I tried to ask the kids, but they don't trust us. They think we want to put an end to this dangerous game because we are mean and stupid adults that simply don't get it. So your arrival has come in very handy. So you want me to play with them and gain their trust? That's no simple feat. No, much simpler. There's a house somewhere in town, either abandoned or just unoccupied. That's where they play hospital. That's where they store their horrible mixtures. Please use your standing and your celebrity name to put an end to this game. Capella... we'll call her Olga. Daughter believes that the house will be unlocked today. Fine. Capella mentioned it's next to one of the ruins. My friend couldn't hear them properly. Have you seen those stone stairways to heaven? I think you might even be able to see the house you're looking for from Eva Jan's window. But most importantly, it should be unlocked. Do people around here even leave their doors unlocked? In exceptional cases or emergency, yes we do. But generally, houses are supposed to be locked up because they're occupied by several families. People aren't that scared of losing their own belongings, but they care about their neighbors. And now that everyone's so afraid of the man-eater, of course everything's locked. In that case, it won't be too hard to find. You people are sure you're okay, right? This crazy woman's not, doing anything to you, is she? Oh, Lord, I'm getting out of here. Okay, where am I going? What is that? I scribbled something down on the map. He looks high. He looks like he was dying. Yeah, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure type game. Okay, it's not directing me anywhere. Peter's studio. This is true. The butchering room. Oh, Lord. Can I just go around beating up random people? Hang on a second. This just opened up a whole new world. I killed a man and made a child cry. I feel good about myself. Oh wait, is this what I was looking for? The stairway to heaven thing? I killed a man, you know. Yeah, you know. Okay, where am I? Oh, I'm here. There's the shelter. Don't look at me disapprovingly like that. I'm looking for a building that's unlocked. Where do the children play? I don't think I'm supposed to punch anyone, to be honest. Okay. I'm following the clues here. Of course, I'm only assuming this is the stairway to heaven thingy that she was talking about. I did not expect that to be open. Hello, good sir. Oh, I can buy from you. Protective gloves. 270. What's this? Outdated immunity boosters. Only useful in very large doses that causes serious health damage. A painkiller. And this is spring water from one of the hidden springs. You look like a child. Let me talk to you. Why so gloomy? Is your grandpa sick? My grandpa's dead. Grandpa Simon is sick. No one plays with me now. The grown-ups never let us into their games. Neither do the boys. Grandpa will get better. Now go play. Just say Grandpa's. Let's follow the child. The child will show me the way. Keep going, creepy child. Okay, I'm not looking at you. We know all about you. Aren't you a lively gal? Shall we barter perhaps? What are you so happy about? No, I don't think so. I know all about you too. We've almost caught the unseen cat. Wanna come see her? Where'd you find? The famous pale cat. Her eyes are like translucent emeralds. Her fur is gray and her body is completely transparent. Can you see its bowels too? The light passes right through her. It's very pretty. But most importantly, she's invisible in the dark, and rodents can't hear her. That's how light her step is. She belongs to the pale obtuse. To what obtuse? Ah, it's no use. I know you won't believe me anyways. Just come over and see the cat for yourself when it gets dark. It's by the 12th warehouse. The password is hell froze over. I'll do my best not to forget this intricate phrase. I guess we're gonna see a cat when night falls. You can't see it at night, apparently. It's invisible at night. Apparently the dogs are also invisible. Wow, that's Darlene. What's wrong with you? Let's trade. Let's go look at things. Yeah, could you point me the way to the crude sprawl? About the cemetery. If you keep going past this kind of, you get to the rotten field. They buried the bull's bones. The place is covered with fur instead of grass. It's all bones, bones, bones on the ground. Bones, horns, yeah. Okay. Bones and horns. Oh, you got the same things for sale. I already bought that stuff. Hey you, don't mess with us. We know a thing or two about life. Okay. Tell me about the hindquarters, the polygon, the crude sprawl. Tell me about the Tanner's District. A menacing place. It's northwest cape of Earth, backside of town. That's where the Rod and Subaru's mansion is. We don't play there. Alexandria is not to be trifled with. You never know when a strict gaze turns towards you. Yeah, okay, thanks. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're rude. Where am I? No, I want to go this way. Okay, let's talk to the creepy woman again.
My heartbeat is uneven. I am sick at heart.
She is sick at heart. I have a very bad feeling. The same feeling plagued me just before my father died. I have a bad feeling too, although I'm not generally superstitious.
What?
But okay. Apparently I can't talk to her anymore. She has said all that she needed to say. Let's go to the town hall. Maybe there's some information there. Let's forget about the kids for now. Unless I can't get in the town hall until I have to. Creepy ass kid. Oh no, I can get it. Okay. Hello. Hello. There's no one here. Oh, geez. They just kill their prisoners? Alright. I see no reason to go to the theater. Or the cathedral. I thought the town hall would have some answers. Oh, another shop. Probably selling the same thing. I'm going this way. Small child, you are freaking me the fuck out. Are these coffins? Oh, they're where I can put stuff. Cool. Is this a shop? No. Alright, go this way. Go this way. Actually, go this way. And then go this way. Right? Yeah. And then I can go this way. Oh, that's what you like to see when you walk into a house.
No, I won't believe in some earthen killer.
Ah, Bachelor Tarkovsky, of course. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own ways. This is Vlad. How curious, and what is the current state of your industry? Do you think I've come to inspect this town? I can't say I'm interested.
What?
Yes, getting everything back on track won't be an easy task. How do you think Simon died? I don't think he was murdered. How could he, who craved monocracy, not perish? He couldn't, not in this place. Balance requires equilibrium. So Simon's course of action contradicted yours. So what you're saying is Simon's death worked in favor of the local hotshots, huh? Come now, what I'm saying is when someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground down. That's how life works. Yet they say Simon was one to bend circumstances, not the other way around. No one seems to doubt that. But there were signs of an otherworldly visitor that night. Simon has lived a very long life, very long. He was a worthy man. But long doesn't mean eternal, does it? No one is to blame for his death. Examine the body, you'll see for yourself. It just happened. Kane won't let me examine the body. Well, that's temporary, a family tradition. He's not lying to you. He truly believes Simon was murdered. Were he to admit that Simon simply died of death, he'd probably go to his last home himself. The shock would be too much for the man. That's strange. Georgie Kane doesn't appear to be as sentimental. Okay, so he thinks Simon died of natural causes. The windows of this house are bricked in. Is this the house I'm supposed to be going to for the kids? How do I get here? Go here, go down. Hold on, am I going the right way? Go here. Go here. Oh, that's a railway station. I've gone too far. Go back.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah, right.
You found me here. Oh well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you're not too surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you either. The rumor of your arrival spread like fire. Why have you come? I've come for some sightseeing. There was a peculiar incident yesterday by the spleen. The children were playing in the mud as usual, but then suddenly they ran away from the sandbox, and the parents noticed that their hands were smothered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Neither were any of them surprised. What's the solution to the puzzle? When the worried adults came to the place where the children had been playing, they found nothing unusual there. Only sticks and stones. What do you make of it? Nothing special. They probably dug out a dead cat. Nice to meet a person of skeptical mind. I'm Vlad, the younger one, of course. And you are, of course, Daniel. Yep, that's me.
I am crushed by these walls.
Well, your head does look a little smushed. Bachelor, I have news for you that should prove to be of interest. You seem to be looking for the killer, right? I'm listening. I'll have to briefly explain a few things to you. Have you already been told what the termitory is? Describe it. The termitory is a huge bunkhouse where the Bull Project workers live. Although living is the wrong term for it. They nest. They're nesting as a commune with a rather simple way of life. It could, without reservation, be called savage. What's the Bull Project? It's the whole industrial system of the town, from the abattoir to the goods station. Would you care to listen as to why I wanted to see you in the first place? Sure. Let's get to the point then. A case of pointless, aimless unrest has occurred in the hive mind's nest. The workers there are prone to lashing out from time to time like beasts frightened by a storm. They rage, they howl, they gnaw at one another. An unsightly image of mass uprising. And what does this have to do with Simon's murder? Riots occurred in the termary service times before. The mob goes crazy for a few days, then they calm down just as unexpectedly. All of them at once. Then sudden calm is just as void of reason as the unrest that set them agog previously. Agog. Having a certain experience with the kin, we simply block the entrance of the zoo off until the riot defeats itself. And we usually lock them up beforehand. The evidence of an upcoming outbreak of mass lunacy becomes obvious in advance, and the termitry's father superior informs us of it before the Tai Chi has recently passed. A curious coincidence, don't you think? Mass anarchy? Anyway, a member of the kin managed to run off into town while we were busy taking measures. And you think he's the killer? I think you and I can help each other, Doctor. You're looking for the killer, and I'm sure it's a runaway butcher. The title of a half-man suits him very nicely. The Kanes claim that Simon had not been killed by a human hand, don't they? And our family doesn't need unnecessary unrest in the town. This butcher can babble devil knows what. His mind is most likely clouded with insane ideas. So you'd rather he keep mum about what's happening inside? Why is your family so concerned about public order? I don't care about that. You are correct. They barely know how to speak, but that only makes it worse. Half man, half beast. They start preaching, you feel as though you've encountered a doomsayer. I need this butcher to disappear. Hand him over to the Kanes or simply kill him if the beast attacks you. The reward will be hefty. Very well, I'll look into this. Where can I find him? He's most likely being harbored in a suspicious house. That's in the Crude Sprawl. My father is a man of rather hard-handed disposition, and quick-tempered to boot. If he finds out the Crude Sprawl is concealing a fugitive, he will make a mess. Pointless brutality serves no one. I'm looking for peace rather than blood. Okay, show me the house. This is the house? The hospice? Alright. Going to the hospice. Gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Where's the hospice in proximity to where I is? Vlad is more than eager to get rid of some beast-like troublemaker. I wonder what the creature who murdered would not be considered a crime looks like. Whose murder would not be considered a crime looks like. Alright, so. I gotta go here. Alright. Bing bong ding dong. Well, now we know at least why everyone's walking around like zombies. Apparently there's a flower that blooms. I wonder if it's these flowers. So these flowers are blooming and it's basically making everyone high. No, just keep going this way. Oh, unless it's these flowers. Or is this just cotton? I don't know. But there's flowers blooming. And it's causing everyone to just be high. And have headaches and whatnot. That's a sassy little girl. Alright. Looks like we can just keep going straight.
He who distrusts himself is better off silent.
Do you know where to find clean water around here? Fresh water must be plentiful in this place. There's a river close by. You're one of the locals and visiting this place for the first time. All that water comes from Steppe, which isn't exactly clean. Yesterday I inspected all its springs in the area. There seems to be no more clean water around. That salty taste is everywhere. It's reddish in color, and there are disgusting clots in it. So, where can I find clean water then? The townsfolk store clean water in homemade reservoirs. This modest supply should be enough to help us last a little while, but afterwards we'll have to drink the bloody mixture. That's gross.
To tame his impertinence,
What do you want?
Earth had disgorged a monster from deep
Stop
within
talking.
its bowels.
I want the dangerous guy. Yo, he's in danger. He's in danger and I'm here to help. He's a butcher. He won't talk to you. You wouldn't understand him. He's been here for more that, I guess I was supposed to say than a day. But even I can't get him to talk. It is I who'd rather tell you something. And what do you want to tell me? Big Vlad has plugged the termitry up for a reason. The butcher's mumbling is all over the place, but if you listen carefully, you will make out tales of such horrors that I get shivers all over. Thousands of people have lost their minds all at once there. Many have died. Something's brewing inside. Can you lead the runaway out of town? Take me to the butcher. I'll interrogate him personally. How did they die? Are you sure? Have you forgotten that he's crazed? If you think he'll communicate with you, you are mistaken. They aren't great talkers, anyway. They can only howl, growl, bawl when they're under a spell. I can hold my own. Go then. The butcher's in the hospice. The entrance is at the other side of the house. Don't come back here complaining afterwards, though. Well, Well, I tried to get in the other side of the house, but it would not let me. I guess now I can? Oh, you wanna fight me? I wanna fight you. Hoga ugly, gorgon and sturdy when you come down here. I believe he killed me. Okay, we're gonna stop here, because I'm not doing all that over again. Not right now, anyway. I'll have to play and get to that spot again, and yeah, I'll do that on my own time. So we're gonna stop here. Thank you for watching me play Pathologic. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm unsure about this game, personally. I kind of like, I don't know, it's not really my type of game, but I'm committed. So we're going to continue playing this. So I hope y'all are having fun, and come back when I play more spooky games. Bye guys!